you prepare as thoroughly as you can. The guys play their asses off.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice.
That you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris?
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. If they are who we thought they were, when we let them off the hook.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Gather around, Skull Brothers and Sisters. This is Skull Rants, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. Let's go. Let's skull. I want to make sure I shout out to everybody going to Skull Fest. I unfortunately can't go. I do not have a vacation time on my new job, and I can't really catch a flight and leave Friday, come back Sunday. Nothing was going to work, so I'm not going to be able to go. Enjoy yourselves. Check out Skull Fest. Everybody have a great time, man. Now, next year, I'll come next year. But hey, I got a little article today I want to read. There were some quotes done on Twitter yesterday and spun a pretty good narrative. And I wanted to actually take a look at it and see what, see what you think. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your opinion. Right now, Justin Jefferson is trying to build up the confidence of his quarterbacks, including J.J. McCarthy. And he is interviewed by interviewed the Star Tribune article, and we're gonna take a look at it. But hey, I'm gonna reverse engineer a quote from Twitter yesterday, and that was on my thumbnail, and see how it came about. I want to see how a quote like this got developed from the article. Now, let's just go right into it. Judd Zulgad. Let me full disclosure. Judd Zulgad, one day followed me on Twitter 3 years ago, and I was starting to do a podcast before I was even on YouTube, and I sent a Facebook message to all my friends saying, "God, I got Judd Zulgad following me. And this guy's got like 40,000 followers." I felt pretty freaking cool. And to go on to actually have him come on my show and do one of my biggest shows I've ever had. Probably second biggest show I ever had. And amazing guest. Loved him having on the show. Love watching him. Love hearing what he has to say. We differ pretty much on one thing. I don't like tanking. Or two things. I don't like tanking, and I thought Kirk Cousins was a very good quarterback for us. So I'm going to dissect this quote that he did yesterday. Let me get to a place. So hold on for a second. I was told Jefferson wanted out of Minnesota if Kirk didn't come back. Now, it's a straw man argument. I get it. There are people that probably thought that, and you run with it. You hear someone say that, and then you make it sound like everybody said that. I rarely ever said that, and I was on the Kirk Cousins. I rarely ever heard that. I was on the Kirk Cousins side of Twitter, a positive side of Twitter, and I didn't catch anybody saying that. Not that Jefferson thought, and then let's do it. Hold on for a second. I was told Jefferson wanted out of Minnesota if Kirk didn't come back. Not that Jefferson thought Kirk lacked confidence to throw him tough passes and take a risk. I have to rethink everything. So Judd, and I asked, I asked about that. He says no, he literally believes that Justin Jefferson said that Kirk lacked confidence to throw him tough passes and take risks. Where did this start? Purple Persuasion, who I've had on the show and I've backed and several times had on the show, backed. I love their work. We went back and forth a couple times over Kirk, but full disclosure. And this is what he had posted from, he quoted an article. Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson via Ben Gosling. Low-key wants QB Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy next year. to have more confidence than what Kirk Cousins had. He goes, and then here's the quote: I low-key want them to have more confidence than what Kirk had. I want to go up and make a play for them whenever they give me a chance. Okay. So does this mean that Kirk lacked confidence? Let's go back to the quote here. Wanted Minnesota, not that Jefferson thought Kirk lacked confidence to throw him the tough passes and take risks. To the net, he got that from, I low key want them to have more confidence than what Kirk had. I want to go up and make plays for them whenever they give me the chance. I didn't see where it says couldn't make the throw, right? So here is the actual quote. If you go into the article, it's going to be different, Jefferson said, but I want it to be the same for them to have confidence in me to go and make a play. So he wants them to have confidence for him to go make a play, just like Kirk did. Here's Justin Jefferson saying that he had the confidence in him to go make a play, and he's telling him to have it just like Kirk did. In those opportunities and those situations, I low-key want them to have more confidence than what Kirk had. Kirk is more comfortable in the system. Him running the system earlier in Washington, just to give them an extra boost and extra confidence. I want to go up and make a play for them whenever they give me the chance. He's so here it doesn't make me think that he said Kirk lacked confidence. It shows me that, hey, Kirk is more familiar with the system. He wants them to even have more confidence in him. I'm going to go up and make a play for them. So have the confidence, have an even more than Kirk. Nowhere in here do I read that Justin Jefferson thinks Kirk lacked confidence. Now, I could spin this too. I could say, but I want them to have the confidence in me to go and make a play. Oh, gosh. He doesn't have confidence in Sam Darnold having him go make up a play. It says it right here. But I want the same for them to have the confidence in me. He wants them. It doesn't mean they have it. No, man. This was Justin Jefferson. I love this guy. He is trying to build up his he's being a leader. He's trying to build up his quarterbacks to have confidence that he's going to make the play. And I love the fact that he says, I'm going to even try harder for them. That's all I'm reading here. So let's actually bring up an article, guys. And you tell me where in here that Justin Jefferson is basically calling out his former quarterback, saying that he had lacked confidence. Okay. Love you, Judd Zulgad. Love you, Justin from TPP. But the narrative driven here was a stretch. And I appreciate the game, the clicks and everything. But let's actually look at the article and instead of taking one line out of it and saying, hey, oh my gosh, Kirk lacked confidence in throwing to him, when we all know that's not the case. We all know that's not the case. But hey, let's pull it up. And right. Okay. Now, Justin Jefferson's message to his new Vikings quarterback, trust me. This is Ben Gosling. This is how Ben Gosling took it. Wants them to trust him. Okay. Oh, what? What do you mean? They don't trust him? Oh my gosh, Justin Jefferson doesn't think they trust him? No, it's make it a positive thing. There's no reason to put anything out there that it just didn't make any sense. But anyways, Viking star, tell me what you think. Here's the actual article. Viking star receiver Justin Jefferson, no longer catching passes from Kirk Cousins, has one of the most important voices in the locker room. He's using it to build the confidence of quarterback Sam Darnold. Completely positive message here. Ben Gosling. Love this. Ben Gosling. Love this. Love his beat writing. Love it. Here, every so often during the 2-month stretch when the Vikings would make the most critical decisions of Kevin O'Connell's tenure, the coach would place a call to his most important stakeholder. O'Connell's calls with Justin Jefferson, the receiver, says now were more to provide the receiver with updates on the Vikings quarterback shift than to seek his input on it. This is talking about the what quarterback situation that they had. I would never really voice a quarterback that I really want because I want to feel like there's a quarterback for me to really say I want to play with, and that's not my job to say. Fair enough. Fair enough. Great input. The receiver had to become one of the most important voices in the Vikings locker room. Though, in fact, the Vikings and Jefferson had yet to finalize a contract extension, merited the extra layer of communication. O'Connell gave Jefferson the latest. Jefferson's responded with an assured nonchalance. Whether they were dialed into me or whether they were not having me in the loop at all didn't really matter to me, he said. Whatever quarterback they go and get, I'm going to make the best out of the situation. I'm going to give him all the confidence in the world, like he's the number one quarterback in the league. Here he is saying whoever the quarterback's going to be, he's going to talk about him as the number one quarterback in the league. Okay. I haven't heard that yet of Sam Darnold, but right here he's talking in that quote, he's talking about boosting their confidence. And this is in continuing. Confidence was the theme Jefferson repeated in draft night phone call with JJ McCarthy, and one to which he returned several times during the interview with the Minnesota Star Tribune before his first NFL season with Kirk Cousins, the quarterback who thrown him all but 2 of his 30 NFL receiving touchdowns. Jefferson will have to click with Sam Darnold this year before a long-term connection with McCarthy begins in 2025. Now, I feel like JJ McCarthy is going to be your starter next year. Sam Darnold, no matter what he does this year, maybe even takes us to a Super Bowl, he's going to get paid, and the Vikings aren't going to be able to afford it, is what my thoughts are. So, yeah, I think that's correct. JJ McCarthy will be our starter next year. Despite missing 7 games with a hamstring injury last year, Jefferson set the NFL record to receiving yards through the first 4 years of his career. First 4 years of career set the record each year. Yet his quarterback lacked confidence. I don't think so. I haven't read that yet where Justin Jefferson has said that he lacked confidence. I haven't yet to hear him say that. He speaks openly of his ambitions, reaching the Hall of Fame, rewriting NFL record books, leaving the game regarded as the best receiver ever. His 4-year, $140 million deal with the Vikings expires 3 months before his 30th birthday. Much of his prime will hinge on whether he can replicate with Darnold and McCarthy the success he enjoyed with Cousins. Yeah, got that quote out of this article. Jefferson was one of the Cousins' most outspoken advocates. He was Cousins' one of the most outspoken advocates. He'll play the next stage of his career with more NFL stature than his quarterback, and will have reporters approaching him regularly for his thoughts on the players throwing him the ball. Listening to him to speak about Darnold and McCarthy now, it's clear that the same intent they coursed through his comments about Cousins. He wants his quarterbacks to believe they can make any throw on the field and to trust he'll come down with the ball they send his way. I'm loving this full context. He's building these guys up. Hey, trust me. Throw me the ball. That's awesome. Heck, Cunningham, Amos, same situation. Cunningham just threw him the ball. The whole no, yes. That's the thing that he wants, and he's instilling that in his quarterbacks. It's going to be different, Jefferson said, but I want to be the same for them, to have the confidence and to go and make a play just like Kirk did in those opportunities and those situations. I low-key want them to have more confidence than Kirk had. Kirk is more comfortable in the system with him running it early in Washington. It's just to give them an extra boost and extra confidence. This is him boosting Sam Darnold's confidence. I want to go up and make a play for them whenever they give me a chance. Nowhere in here it says that he didn't have that with Kirk. Nowhere does it say that Kirk lacked confidence. So come on, a little bit of a stretch. We all know some people are not the biggest fans of Kirk Cousins, but come on. Now, this is a great article about JJ McCarthy or Justin Jefferson and his hopeful new experience with quarterbacks to turn it on one little sentence in this article to turn it against Kirk. I don't get it. Kirk is not a Viking anymore. He's in Atlanta. I think we can all move on. His passes this season will come from Darnold, with whom Jefferson first worked after reporting to the Vikings mandatory minicamp in June once his contract was finalized. He is quickly struck by Darnold's arm strength and two built in an especially strong connection in the red zone during training camp practices, with Darnold throwing a few on-the-move darts to Jefferson for touchdowns. I will say this right now. Sam Darnold has more physical ability than Kirk Cousins. And I want to see that come out in him. Where it lacks is over the years, he maybe didn't have the talent around him, the protection around him, the coaching around him. He does now. And I want to see him come out and show how much better, even physically, he is than what we've had. But just and I think Jefferson and Kevin O'Connell and all the other weapons in here can bring that out in him, but he's yet to show it, and we want to see that. Now, the relationship on which Vikings appear to have staked their plans, though, is that one Jefferson will have with McCarthy, whom Jefferson called the franchise quarterback. We're going to talk about in the future. Their lockers are next to one another at the Vikings practice facilities. The two are represented by the same agency. After the Vikings selected McCarthy 10th overall, Jefferson was given the quarterback's phone number. His congratulatory called McCarthy featured mantras he's often repeated to himself. I was just letting him know this is still the start of your dream. Your dream hasn't fully come true yet, Jefferson said. Just go in there with confidence. Go in there and be the number one player, to be that top player in the league. I feel that's a lot of players, especially rookies, have trouble with coming into the league with confidence, knowing that they can make an impact right away. That's something I carried myself with my rookie year, so I just passing that down to him. Awesome. Completely positive article about Justin Jefferson turned into a dig about Kirk Cousins. Don't get it. Why can't we just report what it is? Justin Jefferson had an awesome article instilling confidence. Being a leader, he finally became a captain last year, to being the leader this year, especially when we lost our quarterback again, a quarterback we thought could have started this year. This is awesome by Justin Jefferson. That's it. Period. Awesome. Should have been such a positive article about Justin Jefferson. O'Connell and offensive coordinator Wes Phillips say Jefferson was more assertive as the Vikings installed their offense, sharing what he's learned and the details the team has added to plays over the past 2 years. He spent time with Darnold drilling the nuances that are unique to his routes. This has been going unreported. All of it was how JJ and Jets were talking on, walking across the field. Who's Jets? Who's JJ? You take the name JJ, I'm gonna be Jets. All this. Nobody was asking Sam Darnold any questions until JJ McCarthy got hurt. Yeah, that's the way it felt to me. Now, to know that Justin Jefferson this whole time has been instilling confidence in this guy just warms my heart. I might put a little extra step or two just to make a move on a corner that some other receivers might not do. Jefferson said they might rush the route or try to beat them with speed, where I more use my footwork. Love that about Justin Jefferson. The details in his routes are there to counter the outsized attention he's long faced with defenses who often break tendencies to put extra safety help on Jefferson's side, to devote multiple defenders on him, particularly on underneath routes. Phillips said the Vikings give Jefferson the freedom to read a coverage scheme or a cornerback's leverage and adjust the steps. He was always great down the field, but if you want to catch a ton of balls in this league, you also have to be able to run underneath routes as well, as Phillips said. So those types of things that I've really seen an improvement on. Those routes changed the Vikings playbook a good bit, Jefferson said, and they might seem unorthodox to a quarterback who's new to Minnesota. In addition to his meetings with the Vikings quarterback, O'Connell holds a regular strategy talk with Jefferson, asking for his input on ways the offense can manipulate a particular play, and providing reminders of how he can help Darnold with what the coach called all these little detailed things you can't really put in a playbook. You look at a certain coverages, whether it's third down or base game plan, but you've obviously got to have an understanding that they're probably going to throw a little wrinkle at us for him, Darnold said. And this is Darnold saying, and then come out with every single day for practice and seeing how they treat Justin, whether it's a safety over the top or even the safety acting like he's going to be over the top and coming down in coverage. It's definitely a good look for what they're going to get during the season. The extra work is functioning a problem most passers would quickly invite. I think any quarterback would love the chance to have to adjust throwing to Justin Jefferson, Phillips said. the trust that you can have to anticipate throws when he's about to make a cut, whereas maybe a normal guy would want to just take more click and make sure he's crossing the guy's face. You just know that Justin's going to do it. The Vikings' new quarterback have the trust in him. Jefferson's reasons they'll have more trust in themselves. This is a oh my gosh, they need more trust in themselves. They don't have trust. No, come on, that's just spinning it. That Dave shush. You're just spinning it. No, he wants them to have more trust in him. That's it. That is it. It's a thesis central to the Vikings' transition at quarterback and perhaps to the future of their offense. I try to give the quarterback confidence to throw me those 50-50 jump balls. Jefferson said, sometimes it's a little bit difficult for them to really give me a chance knowing I'm going to come down with it. Hold it. They don't trust him? These quarterbacks? No, Dave, stop. They trust him. Okay, no, you could spin it any way you want. But hey, Justin is just trying to instill confidence in his new quarterbacks that he's just started to play with. It's difficult trying to read the different schemes and their normal reads, but when I have the matchup or they see that type of game, I always try to give them that word in the back of their heads that they have me as an option if things get ugly. That right there sums it all up. If it gets ugly, throw me the ball. He's trying to instill confidence in him. I am not sure where it all came about. From that article, a great leadership article, a great article about, hey, showing the Vikings that our leader is trying to bring our new quarterback along, that he's working with O'Connell, that he's working with his quarterback that we haven't seen really coverage of on the media about, hey, Justin Jefferson is helping this. Ben Gosling, awesome article. And it turned into this. It turned into this quote. Hold on for a second. I was told Jefferson wanted out of Minnesota if Kirk didn't come back. Not that Jefferson thought Kirk lacked confidence to throw him the tough passes and take risks I have to rethink everything. It went from Justin Jefferson's leadership to one sentence quote on Twitter that Kirk couldn't throw him the tough ball. Come on, guys. Let's go. Tell me what you think. I love the article, man. It just rubbed me a little wrong. Why turn a great article about Justin Jefferson bringing his quarterback along and make it a dig about Kirk Cousins? I just don't get it. He plays for Atlanta. He's not with us anymore. He can't hurt you guys. Kirk Cousins cannot hurt you anymore. Minnesota Vikings has Sam Darnold quarterback. He's got my full support. I don't know if you saw my live show, but I talk about him having all the physical tools in the world. And if he could just slow it down and make good decisions, we're going to have a very good year. I said 25 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I could see that. If we have a good running game and our defense plays tough, he might even touch 4,000 yards. All these are like big time jumps in his career years by 30%. These will be career years by 30%. I'm predicting. That's what I think of Sam Darnold. Physical ability. He just hasn't shown it yet. And I love the fact that Justin Jefferson's bringing him along and the fact that he is mentoring JJ McCarthy. I love it, man. I don't know why it got turned. I don't know why an article like that got turned into a dig on Kirk Cousins. I just don't get it. It's I loved Ben Gosling. Great job. Skull Vikes. Make sure if you're subscribed, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, you'll be entered to win a Justin Jefferson autographed jersey, the mentor of Sam Darnold and JJ McCarthy. Skull Vikes. Cue the music.
You prepare as thoroughly as you can. The guys play their asses off.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice.
That you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.